All right, good evening, everybody. We have another Stage 32 script, this time from Romania, which I'm excited to go over. Robert, I know, was in our Discord, was saying it was weighing in a little long at like, what, 165 pages, I'm going to
Yeah,
guess?
a little long.
Yeah,
Scorsese territory.
yeah. We also have Zombie Ships from Hell Draft 7. Let's see, we got Cowboys versus Zombies. And is that all we have tonight? Cowboys
I,
versus Zombies, Zombie Ships,
I had Project
and
Delta from last week left over.
wait, we have what left over?
There should be a nine pages for Project Delta
Oh,
from
you're
last
right.
week.
Shit. All right. You know what? We didn't get to that. Let's do that first, because you're patient. You waited,
I
just
try.
like people patiently waiting for comic books off of Indiegogo.
Well, I think unlike those people, John's actually going to get the thing he waited for.
Right.
As will my backers of my Kickstarter. Still have 10 more pages of colors I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
And this will also be the last time that I launch a Kickstarter where the pages aren't done.
Okay.
Because while my guy is usually more reliable, sometimes shit happens and shit happened, and now we're kind of in the middle of it. So
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? How many more tariffs could get instituted between now and then?
well, the worst thing that really bugs the crap out of me is that this is the first time I'm selling calendars, and I
Yeah.
really want my customers to have them
Yeah.
by December 31st.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I
Because
mean, that
there-
seems quite
There's a bit of a time limit on those. Yeah, they have a shelf life.
And considering that there was another famous comic person who did a calendar that did not get shipped, I think, until like March.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be that person. Now, fortunately, all the calendars are done and printed, and I did not sell more calendars than what I had printed from Ready Comics.
There you go.
So I could, worst case scenario, ship all the 7 calendars that I sold for my Kickstarter, and then just ship the books later. So I may do that if it comes to it, because my calendar customers will be getting their calendars hell or high water by December 31st.
And there's something to be said about treating your customers right and them coming back to you, all that jazz,
Yeah, give the people what they paid for, John.
Yeah.
I mean, John actually does that.
All right, so page 35.
All right, let's go. Interior, Pershing Square station, night. Marcus walks down the steps into the subway station. The station is eerily dark, smelling of shit. A few people wait for the train. A homeless man sleeps on a bench. A gang banger passes drugs to another man before they go their separate ways. The train approaches.
Doors are opening. Se abran las puertas.
The train doors open. A few people step on, a few step off. Interior, beeline, continuous. Marcus walks onto the train, finding only a skinny Asian teen girl in jeans and a baggy hoodie plays on her cell phone. Okay. Just then, a man enters behind Marcus.
I guess Angie's a woman,
Angie's a man?
Well, it says man in the script that I just read, so I'm going to assume that
Angie is a man.
Angie is the man in question.
Didn't prison teach you not to turn your back to a door?
Marcus turns around, finding Angie, 30-ish Indian American, proprietor of the local hacker hangout.
Angie, Jesus!
Marcus gives him a hug. The subway car jolts as it starts accelerating.
Was that you earlier? Thanks for that.
No, that wasn't me. But this is.
Angie pulls a cell phone from his jacket pocket, handing it to Marcus.
It's clean. No FBI tracking.
Marcus smiles, swiping into the phone.
Clean SIM?
You have to ask.
You still flashing your stock burners? with that same broken-ass timestamp pattern? I don't need the MEID pinging me back to your uncle's Southland Mini-Mart.
Angie pounds his chest feigning offense.
Delta, your words cut me to the quick. Wait,
So
should
what's
I
this-
do this in like an Indian accent?
No, no.
I mean, not if you're doing it.
So what's this all about? What did you want to see me about?
It's not me,
About-
actually. Loki.
The girl puts up a finger as she finishes typing on her screen. Also, Preston, how do you not know, or how do you know whether John Lamont means South Asian or Native North American?
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I mean, he made a reference to Mini Mart, so that
You're not. You've got a good point there. Context clues are important.
Yeah, that's Simpsons knowledge.
yeah, he was
Absolutely.
giving me some contextual clues. Anyway.
Okay, where did the girl put her finger?
Mini marts in your country. Where are we?
The girl.
The girl puts up a finger as she finishes typing on her screen. Where is there a girl? There's an Asian girl across the subway
Right.
car. From the
Are
beginning
we
of the scene,
keeping
I
you from
remember that.
something? Are we keeping you from something? Next stop. Bzzz.
The lights flash. Loki stands holding her phone to mouth. Okay, smirking.
Yeah.
As she speaks, a modulated male voice replays over the train speakers.
I am Loki, and welcome to Mischief Railways. Next stop, everywhere I damn well please. I am Loki, and welcome to Mischief
Well,
Railways.
she says this, then it comes modulated, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's repeating over the speakers.
Next
okay.
stop, wherever I damn well please.
Yeah.
Which is
The train rocks as it picks up speed. Marcus turns to Angie.
This girl isn't old enough to drive a car, and you're letting her drive a train?
I want you to introduce me to Guy.
Marcus turns back to Loki.
Guy stole my code in 5 years of my life. What the hell do you want with him?
That's my business.
Marcus looks over to Angie.
Preston.
That's not
Oh
me.
wait, that's right. I'm Angie. Okay.
Yeah, you're
I
Angie.
mean, I keep forgetting that Angie's a woman's name. All right. She won't even tell me. She just showed up on my doorstep a month ago with a dead girl's passport.
What?
Don't show up with a dead girl's passport. What?
I didn't kill her.
Look, I appreciate you guys giving me the shortest police car ride of my life, but I'm not looking to join your band of merry men.
Guy helped you breach GulfCon.
Yeah, with bad code, remember?
So you could do it again with a clean code. With
Do you
clean-
want Guy or GulfCon?
Loki stares at him for a second before turning her back to them. Marcus pleads with Angie.
Dude, you better get off this girl's crazy train.
While you were being molested by rent-a-cops, I rerouted your sandbox to a private server of my own. Angie will give you access. And if you decide to help, well, you know how to contact us.
That's right.
Loki swipes across the phone, then speaks into it. Again, a modulated voice echoes over the train's speakers.
Thank you for riding Mischief Railways. Next time you want to take a ride of unknown length to faraway places, be sure to think of us. Thank you for riding Mischief Railways. Next time you want to take a ride of unknown length to faraway places, be sure to think of us.
I don't really know that
I don't think you-
this second part is her line. I think this is coming over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
you-
coming over the loudspeaker.
So
So
you
would
should
it
make
be?
it the electronic
I
voice.
think it's not necessary to repeat it because actually the action line should cover it.
Yeah.
It's a post effect.
Yeah.
Loki enters a code
Okay.
onto her phone. The subway car jerks before decelerating.
Entering Studio City Station. Doors are opening. Entrado a la estación Studio City. Se abren las puertas.
Time for you to go.
Is this
Marcus looks to Angie one last time. Angie steps to the side, allowing Marcus to exit. Interior, Studio City Station, night. Marcus exits the train.
Next stop, North Hollywood Station. Doors are closing. Próxima estación, North Hollywood. Se cierran las puertas.
The train doors close and it moves along the track. Interior, FBI, LAFO, Task Force War Room Day. Marcus standing at the front of the room with Will and the other analysts, standing nearby or leaning against the table, chatting. Behind Marcus, a large monitor shows the following codes on screen, blah, blah, blah.
You really think it's an XOR?
Why not? The comment block pattern is repeatable, just not the string.
Moses enters, drawing their attention. Anger boils in his eyes. That sounds painful. Finding Marcus standing in front.
That hurts.
Mr. Robbins.
Marcus smiles with a sarcastic glint in his eye.
Agent Hakim, I was taking the opportunity of not being in jail to review the Golden Arrow Code, and you wouldn't believe what I found.
There's a repeated comment box with an XOR, with various XOR strings.
Moses shoots Will a look.
Commenting code is for amateurs.
Not commenting code is for amateurs. I will fight you on this.
That's actually the whole point. That is actually what yes, that's the point.
I don't program it. Every time I've had to go into code with no comments, I've wanted to kill many people.
I know.
That's the whole line. That's the point.
Okay. I know. Hackers don't comment their code, but there are multiple XOR strings that appear throughout, each one tied to this Prince signature.
That's you.
Mr. Robbins, can I see you outside, please? Bring your laptop.
Hell yeah.
Moses exits the war room with Marcus. Interior FBI Los Angeles field office continuous. Moses leads Marcus over to a cubicle.
Yes.
Connecting Marcus's laptop to the docking stations that illuminates a dual monitor setup.
I have a new assignment for you.
ASAC Richards brought me on board to work Golden Arrow.
Yes.
And he put you under my command, which means he trusts me to best utilize your talents. Now sit.
Marcus sits down. Moses reaches over shoulder and launches what appears to a high customized sandbox email application.
Every day,
Yep, that's what John wrote. Okay.
Every day, millions of phishing.
That's how it's spelled.
Okay. Phishing emails are sent to corporations, government employees, and unsuspecting grandmas. ISPs, corporate ID departments, and various government entities forward them to this office. Your job will be to review and catalog the email header metadata.
Don't most of these emails originate overseas? Question mark.
Most, not all. That's why your job.
You are Job.
Your
Yeah.
job.
Maybe he's Job.
Job. so that is why your job is so important. You'll need reviewed. You'll need, I think it means to review.
Yeah.
I think.
You will need review each one manually.
Angie, stop that.
You will need to review each one manually, looking for any that contain a US VPN endpoint, a compromised US domain, linked accounting asking for US dollars and not some crypto, and then flag that in administrative review. For administrative review. Then myself or one of us on the team will then run up the flagpole. Sir, with all due respect, I'd like to...
Oh, that should have been Marcus's line.
Oh, okay.
Sir, with all due respect, I'd like to discuss with
I think Moses should read it. That's what John wrote.
Yeah. I'd like to discuss the assignment with ASAC Richard. I rewrote
Don't
it for
correct
you.
his work.
All right, John. The next one is that.
Continue.
Whose line is that?
That would
ASAC?
be Moses.
That would be Moses?
It's not, yeah.
Yeah.
No continue.
It's only the two of them in this exchange.
Okay.
Okay. The ASAC has been called to Washington. Some blowhard senator,
Screw that guy.
yeah, whatever, running for president is worried our electronic voting system can be compromised. Trust me, he has bigger problems than you.
Marcus glances to the monitor. Angle monitor. The sandboxed email application shows over 5 million unread emails. Cubical. Jesus, that's not how you spell cubicle.
We guessed that's what you were saying. Yeah.
Would you like to explain it? Because I looked it up and it doesn't show up anywhere.
You
CLE.
have written cubicle as in the shape of a cube, not cubicle little cube, LE, which is how it's spelled when it refers to an office desk setting.
CIBICLE.
CUBI.
All right, Marcus has a line.
Yes. Marcus looks up at Moses.
There's over 5 million emails here.
Yeah, I guess you better get started, and I'll be checking your work to make sure that they get cataloged. Or make sure they get cataloged.
Yes.
So no jerking off.
Right.
Moses
Catalog's
heads
not
back
spelled
to
right
the
either.
task force war room, leaving Marcus in the cubicle. Interior FBI law field office, break room day later. Frankie enters the break room, finding Marcus laying on the couch, rubbing his temples.
Frankie's a girl. Frankie's a girl.
Oh, break time already?
What? Oh, yeah, you have no idea. I swear, if I have to look at one more line of bogus code, I'll kill myself.
Frankie grabs a carbonated water from the fridge, taking his seat on the couch next to Marcus. Why is the fridge doing that?
I don't know.
Fridge is taking
You're
it.
brutal, Danny. You're brutal.
I'm reading the text in front of me.
It's
That's
getting
what we're
better.
here for.
Take it from me.
Really? And do tell, what shitty job did they give you when you started?
Honey pot.
Marcus mind wanders.
I'm sorry.
18 months of talking to the lowest shit on earth. There's probably people in the bureau who still jack it to those cams. Okay.
That really sucks. Actually, that's not sucking. That's really sucks. Is that even legal?
I was 19. As long as I didn't lie to the mark and tell him I was 15, I just had to let them believe whatever he wanted until he screwed up. They always screw up.
Frankie opens the water and takes a sip.
What happened after 18 months?
I aged out after 18. Wow, that's really okay. I aged out. I mean, most of the dudes are looking for like 12-year-olds, and haven't passed for 12 cents. These girls came out to play.
Marcus looks away embarrassed. Frankie smiles, getting up from the couch.
Just take it one day at a time, okay? Unless you're planning to run for president, there aren't many good jobs out there for felons.
Frankie exits the break room, leaving Marcus alone with his thoughts.
All right. 9 hard-hitting pages of cyber stuff. We have our main character, Marcus, right? Who has an interesting encounter on a train with Loki. The script has a lot of powerful women, I want to say. We got Loki, and then later on we got Special Agent Honeypot Chicky Poo.
Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie.
She's
And
not actually an agent. She's a consultant.
either way, anyway.
You're supposed to use air quotes, consultant.
Yeah. And all right, yeah, we I don't know. I mean, like Marcus is there is in the train. There's Loki, and then later on there's Frankie, and he talked to them. What do you think?
I have a question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Was Loki there in person or was that on screen?
Yeah, Loki was there I
Was
want
it?
to say on the train. John, yeah, Loki was there on the train. Yes. That's why we're hearing her voice directly
Okay.
because she's talking into her phone. She's physically there
And
talking
then
into
and
her
then we
phone.
cut to a different scene. So what happened? Like, did she just leave?
He left the scene. They were on the train.
Yeah.
He got off the train.
He got
They
off the
stayed on the
train.
train. The train left.
Yeah.
So basically, Loki was giving him the assignment,
Right.
and then they just left the train.
The train was leaving.
They didn't actually come to terms on the assignment, but yes, that was kind of the plan.
Okay, just checking, because I was kind of like, this scene ended abruptly.
Well, he got his assignment.
Yep. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So far, yeah, we got the conflict. We have an assignment. We have a goal, a MacGuffin, something like that. And
Something.
I'm not entirely sure. Hope defense pieces later.
All right.
But overall, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's good setup. It's nice setup.
Danny.
Yeah, there was thankfully less technobabble in this segment. So that was really nice. And it seems like Marcus is actually involved in some drama, which is also very nice, both at the office and with his hacker enemies.
Robert.
Marcus finally has some dimension as a character. He had it before, but now it's more spread out among different characters. He reacts to them differently, so we start to learn more about who he is, and that dimension is good. I think that there's a lot to say about the progression of the visuals that I see from it, that they're in different places. They get on a train, they move, they get out at a different spot. They're in different parts of the spaces rather than being stuck in spaces, which the previous ones had. So that's been an improvement.
How could it be made better, Robert?
Okay, I still find the dialogue pretty clunky. It doesn't feel like how a person would actually speak. They don't talk over each other. They don't interrupt each other very much, if at all. So there's what I'm going to call a little bit of speechifying to get the points across. I would say for anything more than 2 lines, you could cut it almost to a third, maybe even in half at the most. But the dialogue gets tough to follow because there's so much exposition in each character's line with it. So it needs to be a lot tighter as far as that goes. And again, having the code on screen and things like that, that's something that can just run in the background. Nobody gives a shit about looking at the code. At least that is my opinion. So if it's a visual, I would say have it run in the background is just stuff that keeps, flashing on a screen or something like that, and draw, have it written that way rather than have as much code as you did. It's like filler on a script. Like you have to deliver 10 pages and you only had 7.5, so you put a lot of code stuff in there. It's a visual. That's it.
All right, Danny.
Who the fuck is Guy?
I do have a question about that.
Well, Guy Fawkes, he's said to be the only man who went to Parliament with honorable intentions.
Okay, like,
ask about it.
Sure. There's lots of people named Guy and Guy in history.
Yeah.
Some famous hockey players I can think of. Why do we care about this person? And why did you distract us from meeting Loki by talking about Sir does not appear in this film? Is my main question about that entire scene with Loki. You've introduced 2 new characters, Loki and Angie, and then everyone talks about Sir not appearing in this film instead of any of the people who are in front of us on the screen. What a bloody waste of time that was. I didn't even know that what's-his-name took a mission and agreed to it. I was so bloody confused as to what the heck was going on. And also, I'm pretty sure, because I've ridden a train before, that if someone hijacks a train or acts like they've hijacked a train, there's not a lot of directions the train can go.
Typically, yeah.
Broadly, there are two such directions, and one of which is really quite dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if. I mean, I'm not even mentioning, and I know I am now, so this is Occupatio 101. Don't do this. I'm not even mentioning why the fuck Loki should be there at all, because she shouldn't. And certainly not as Loki. Like, if she says she's Loki, then Marcus should not believe her. So never mind that. Like, why is she even there? Why is Angie, like, I get that they're a hacker gang, but like, you don't need two people to be like, yo, we're a hacker gang. I've seen hackers, you need at least four.
Yeah,
Well, we got 3 of the 4.
we do.
Guy is the 4th.
Yeah, but Guy's not there, so he doesn't count. So never mind the
Guy is
fake
also
bullshit
the bad
hacker
guy.
gang. What's the point of I can control the tannoy system on a train?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bus. It's not like the bus is going to explode if it goes like slower than 50 miles an hour. There's literally no danger there whatsoever.
I was
If
thinking
they
it
just
would be
get off the
cool
next
if
fucking
he turned
stop.
off the air conditioning system and was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
guys-
I'm sure that would be horrible. In
you guys are about to be really hot."
So the thing is that
So
Oh,
actually,
yeah,
Loki
yeah.
does this really grandiose gesture that's utterly pointless, and that leads me to disrespect her as a villain.
So I have to agree with Danny because I was like, is Loki there or is it disembodied voice? I'm like, why wasn't she just a disembodied voice? Because most of it was apparently modulated over an intercom. So
Disembodied voice, a disembodied voice of the train talking as Loki would be more interesting than what we got.
I absolutely think so. And also, if you wanted to be threatening, you could put like knockout.
And then have the Asian one be like, "What the fuck is going on?" That would be interesting. Someone reacting to this, like a human being might.
I don't know. Is this like a bullet train going like too many miles per hour? You're gonna crash?
We're discussing Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles?
Yeah, there are no bullet trains.
Well,
They had a
that.
plan. They have
Yeah.
a plan for a bullet train that has cost. I think, like, I looked at it, it's like over $100 billion has been spent on this damn thing. It still doesn't.
And they haven't
exist.
laid one track yet.
Yeah.
That's the government efficiency at its best.
Well,
So
you know,
I
LA
thought-
used to have one of the
I
best
thought,
transit
like-
systems in America until they
Yeah.
got rid of the streetcars.
I don't know what Danny said, but I'm sure it was pro-Canadian.
What was
Anyway,
it?
go
What
ahead.
was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was actually in LA used to have a public transit thing, but now it kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
If you're not sure about the details, go watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Well, it's they took it away. They took it away because they wanted to build freeways and sell tires.
Well, they
Sure.
did,
And
build
that's why they
freeways to
took it
sell
away.
tires, and now our environment's dog shit.
So, yeah. So, going back to Danny's
Like,
thing,
if it were a robo taxi going any fucking which way, that would be interesting,
that
Was
would
that
be
Fifth
interesting.
Yeah.
Dimension.
Well,
right? Like, or like a fucking personal helicopter drone going any which way. That would be scary.
Putting poison gas through the air system.
Or having normal people react to someone having a conversation with a random fucking voice on the speaker of the subway, which is super fucking weird. That would also be interesting.
Or she could like say all kind of like terroristy shit and create a stampede.
Well, that or the thing.
Or
is,
get this,
where is the
Angie,
threat
his former
already?
friend, could just threaten him and he could make a decision. That's
Yeah.
a fine
The thing is
scene.
that okay, hold on. The thing is that Loki's obviously threatening them. This is why I was so confused. Going like, why is she on the train? Like, are you threatening him on a train? And then like the train does what?
Yeah, do what I want, or I'm going to crash this train or something and kill myself.
Yeah.
And I'm
Like,
just kind of
what-
go like,
Woo.
so I just kind of going like, so are you threatening the people, the innocent passengers on the train? Nobody else is there. Apparently, it's just them.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the threat was.
Loki's a hardcore killer.
I guess.
Yeah.
So all she did was make people miss their stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what she did.
Yeah.
And she wasn't trying to do anything worse. She's not trying to crash the train. She's
Wait, did they miss a stop? Did you say that they went by a station? and people were ready to get off and they didn't, and they complained? Did a human being react to any of this? No.
Well, that was implied when she basically said far off places where you don't know where you're going to end up, because a lot of
Okay,
people
well,
know
how many?
that-
There is a subway system in LA. Presumably, these stops exist, right?
at the end of the line.
Yeah.
I mean, if she didn't stop the train before, it would have stopped at the end of the line. You know,
I mean-
a hard wall will do that.
Sure.
I could smash
So,
But
Oh,
There you
it was more of a practical joke type of thing. That's
Yeah, that's
That's-
you know, I
that's
got
the type
that.
that's the
I
type
felt
of
that that was
character
it.
that
but
she
hold
is.
on. So
She's
where
not-
was the cutaway where you show us the blinky lights showing the track progress of how many stops they're missing and quickly?
Visually, it wasn't defined. That's another complaint about it. Visually, what was
Okay.
going on, where
I
we were,
can,
and
I
stuff.
can do
So
that.
I thought they
That's
got
it.
to the next stop.
No, they blew through like 3 or 4 stops.
You never said that.
Okay, I will clarify that.
All right.
But yes, she is not a villain. She's more of a practical joker. She
Okay.
does. That's the
But
kind of.
but
But she
hackers.
is.
Go ahead.
And again, back to Sir not appearing in this film.
Right.
Guy is the one that's creating, or he stole the Golden Arrow script code from Marcus and his weaponizing
Originally.
Right. So Marcus wrote it before he got arrested. Guy stole it and is weaponizing it. That was explained at his interview scene in the
Yeah.
very beginning. So Sir not appearing, everybody knows who this guy is. Pun intended on the name. And everybody wants him, even though nobody knows who he is or anything like that.
Okay,
So-
well, I thought they wanted Loki, so that must have been from a new revision.
It could be. Yes. Yeah. No, Guy is the big bad. He's the one everybody wants. But nobody knows who he is. Loki has her own agenda and why she wants him. And the FBI wants him. Everybody wants him for their own reasons. And Loki is trying to get Marcus to join her on her quest and what she needs to get from Guy. And he's basically saying no, because that'll send me back to prison, and I'm not going back to prison.
That's not that clear in it.
That's not very clear.
Well, I didn't want to spell out everything, but
Bless you. Was
okay,
that a sneeze?
I'll work on that.
Rocket.
Rocket.
Where's Rocket? Oh, the Rocket's over there on the bed. Okay.
But that was the main point of that scene, and because she's basically trying to recruit him, and he said no. And Angie is a hacker friend that he knew from before he went to prison.
Okay, so he walks into the train and his hacker friends are waiting for him and trying to recruit him. That part makes sense.
Yeah.
None of the context makes sense, and then very little of the action makes sense.
You know, you could almost the way I saw it, it's or would re-see it is if I were directing it, would be I'd put them into a small dark cafe and they meet up at these tables, you know, at some booth in the back corner, and they're intimidated that way about what's going on in terms of you know, you have to join our group or else. And
Well, there is no or else. They're just trying to recruit him.
I mean, I would have this entire thing happen in like a Fortnite game of like these guys keep joining his team, and
you need a reason for them to be together. That's what you're saying, Danny. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I get
like
it.
I don't. All right. So
how
the
are they
conflict,
tracking him?
which I'm always going to come back to. I think there's this Golden Arrow software that I forget who the prime arch hacker villain is.
Guy.
Guy. Oh, it's okay. Guy. So Guy has Golden Arrow, and he's going to do bad things. I think that's the inciting incident, which
Yes.
is causing the government to come spring our hero Marcus out of jail. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how Loki Anderson to a lesser extent. Well, I mean, I don't know how Loki and Frankie fit in to Marcus's need to protect the world from guys hacking.
They present two separate. They present the choice that he's going to have to make whether or not he stays within the Bureau or not.
Okay. All right. Because like theoretically, what is Loki offering him? Is she giving him a choice?
Not yet. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't want to.
All right. Well,
No, that's a good question. That is a good question.
All right. And Frankie doesn't offer a choice, I don't think.
No,
No.
Frankie's there just to define what the role of people like Marcus are to the FBI.
Right. And
Yes.
I understand. But
Yes. That is exactly what her role is. That is why she's important.
Of these pages earlier has been that Marcus doesn't have a lot of agency and makes relatively few choices, and the story just kind of happens to him. And these pages are kind of in that vein, you know, like he's on a train. There's some crazy hacker chick on the train that saying she can take it anywhere. We don't believe her because it's a train, but you know, like she makes people miss stops. She says some plot relevant stuff, but I'm not exactly sure how it necessarily ties into Guy and Golden Arrow, and leaves. And then later Marcus is hanging out with Frankie, who's talking about doing sex work for the government. Okay.
I don't know what.
I mean,
Yeah, like
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone of these like ex-cons who works for the government is a whore of some kind.
Right.
I think that's what John was going for.
Yeah,
That was a theme.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Right. I'm not opposed to the theme. I'm just saying it doesn't really relate to our core conflict. Like,
No,
I feel like nothing in this book is necessarily
because our protagonist is not in any way torn about this. Doesn't think about what happens next ever.
Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to really say about it.
Okay.
Anyone else? Do we want to move on? All right, we're moving on. Okay, we got. Don't die, mate. All right. Let's take a look at Zombie Ships from Hell, Draft 7. Okay, so.
Okay, so let me just orient on this one. I made changes because you guys thought it should be a little bit longer, that it would be more substantial in that case, and I agreed. I didn't get it as long as you suggested. Right now, it would be like it's 20 pages, and that's 16 pages plus the cover. But I put other stuff in there.
Covers don't count.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that. And
so
I think
it's still 16 pages.
Well, it was less than that then if we're going that route. So yeah, it's increased, but not as much as you guys had said. However, I feel there's enough story there. That aside, there were other things that you guys mentioned. This is more like technical stuff about how a book should be put together. Sure. And you talked about a page for an ad that you would put in. Yeah. And then I saw in the things that I've looked at, I've seen lists of people who supported it, some credits that are in there, a colophon maybe if it's associated, if it's fancy printing or anything like that. Sure. So I'm just wondering what adds value for the things that are less than story related. And the last point is I also put in a short synopsis of what the entire story arc would be.
Are you asking for
guidance? Do they belong?
On how to pad the page numbers?
Well, I have them in there now, and it would, if it's going to get padded, if you will, and I wouldn't call it padding. If I'm going to extend the story, I would simply put more narrative or action sequences within it, which is doable. But I don't want to drown in this part of it because we need to get to the next episode. So there's different ways to do that. I'm just curious about, can a short book be successful or do people feel like, well, this isn't enough to pay money for? I'm more interested in the marketing of it at this point. I'm confident with the
I would say
story.
that depends on what you're charging for it.
So,
Yeah.
all right, a standard Marvel or DC comic is 22 pages plus 2 pages of ads, excluding covers and stuff.
Okay.
A standard indie comic is 24 pages plus covers.
So I have front and back cover. My inside front cover is my credits page. My inside back cover is usually my Kickstarter thank you page. That's pretty much standard on all of my books. I know I'm the one that mentioned about the ad. Ads are not required. However, if you give your printer an ad page, they'll take like 25 cents off your print costs.
Yeah.
So if my book comes out to 23 pages, then I give my printer an ad page and they take 25 cents off.
That's who advertises. Okay, got it.
So that's what I do now in my you can do whatever you want. So like in my last book, I went to Preston and I said, "Hey Preston, do you want to, instead of me giving it to my printer, do you want to pay me the money and I'll put your ad in my book?" And he said yes. So I printed 350 books with Preston's ad in it instead of my printers. So that is an option. And then there are, if your book is 22 pages, you can do both. If your book is 27 pages, I actually found that with my printer, a book that is 27 pages, and we're talking interiors, not covers, 27 pages with an ad is actually cheaper to print than 24 pages without an ad.
Sure, I get it.
So that's another thing that I noticed when I was doing this. So, but yeah, so the covers don't really count toward your page count because those are typically, especially in the indie scene.
Okay.
Because
and then in terms of other stuff for padding, making of stuff is nice. People like seeing the pencils or concepts or whatever.
Oh, right? I see. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And frankly, for a book that can't even make 24 pages, a story that doesn't end is deeply unsatisfying.
Yeah, that's
it. Yeah. So I would say, look, I've got your stuff here. One, like just page 15. I stopped here. We can talk about page 15. It's got this looks like, or appears to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and maybe 8 panels.
Yeah. 8 panels.
You could just make this into 2 pages, right? Like 15 could be 4 panels, and then 16 could be the next 4 panels.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's I did this, and this is not a blame. I did this because I looked at one of your books, and you had one that was so packed with images, it was really powerful.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, well, you guys had said you do too many insets and things like that. Well, let me pack a page. Okay, sure. I can stretch this out. That's not a problem.
Well,
I can.
Who in this group are you saying is doing that? Because only one of us in this group has the budget to afford an artist that can do that well. My artist.
That's not completely true. But I've learned that unless you can communicate with your artist really closely, it can get really messy really fast.
Yeah, well, Preston's page that I did, and I'd have to go back and look at which one it was
that's fine.
Visually impressive.
So Robert, the thing is, though, is Preston doesn't do that every page, and your script kind of does.
Okay.
And I want to say, like you might have been looking at like a 2-page spread.
I don't
know. There is that 2-page spread, I think, from Guinevere, where they're like where she's with Viviax in the club scene, and there's like everything is everywhere.
Yes, that's correct.
And it's a great 2-panel spread, but like
it's a 2-page spread.
You I want to say that's over 2 pages. So
yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, all right. Okay, that answers it. I've got one other question. These are high on my list. Can you go to the very beginning of the script?
Sure.
That'd be like page 3 of the script.
All right.
And it's the inside front cover.
Page 3.
So technically, page inside front cover is not page 3. It is.
I
not
know.
page-
I'm talking about on the
You mean
PDF.
PDF?
Yeah.
PDF page 3.
Page 3. All right.
Nope. Go further to inside front cover.
PDF
page
page
3
3.
of the document.
Yeah. There. Go back. Right there. Okay, so that'd be page 2. I put a synopsis in there to like I think it would engage people, or
Okay.
does it give too much away? I don't know.
That looks like Kickstarter marketing material and doesn't belong inside your book.
Okay.
If you're going to do a synopsis, don't synopsize your. This is your chapter 1. So if you need a synopsis before people get to your chapter 1, you fucked up. And then you probably want like 3 to 4 sentences for subsequent chapters just to catch them up on what they've already seen before.
Okay. Got it.
So this is your whole story arc. Well, that's cute, but then you've got another page that's going to be where your credit's going to go.
I did them in on the inside back cover.
Yeah, no, they need to be at the front of your book.
Okay.
With like your printing, with your like copyright notice and stuff like that.
All right.
Right. So like that could be page 1, and then you have an ad, and then you have actual page 1. Or like I want to reduce my printing costs a lot of the time, so I'll put my credits in the interior front cover, which is not correct, but you know, it saves you like 3 more pages of other crap you need to put in there.
I don't do interior front cover.
Sorry?
I personally do not do an interior front cover. It's front cover, open, inside front cover, page 1.
Yeah, that's how I imagined it.
That there is, so inside front cover, it's got my credits.
Yeah, so that's what I do as well, because it saves me like 3 extra pages I need later. Right. But and then, strictly speaking, right, like a more professional approach would be, no, that's your page 1, then you have something else, and then you have your actual page 1 elsewhere. Page 1 needs to be on the right-hand side of the book.
Yes.
That is your page 1, no matter what.
Yeah, it's the odd page, right. Okay, Preston, if you can scroll, sorry to do this to you, all the way towards the end for the, go back up more. There. I put in a glossary because I like words, and I purposely use what I would say are rarely seen words that are in there. So I put in a glossary. Is that just weird, or is it?
Yeah,
it is weird. Okay, so don't do it.
And these words aren't very hard.
Well,
and everyone has a dictionary.
Not for me. Not for people with PhDs in medieval studies either. So.
All right, so growing up reading, Stan Lee comics, like on occasion he would put an extra little narrator note, like editor's note, this means something, or like he liked to whenever he felt the audience might get a little lost, and particularly because he was worried about children reading it, like he would put in little extra info tidbits.
Yeah, he put like
on the page where it occurred.
Yeah, in the direct.
Okay.
Yeah, he would put like a little annotation on there.
Right. So if that's what you want to do, I mean, it gives it more of like a folksy feel.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is Robert, the writer-editor of this comic book, and I wanted you to know that Pequod was a fictional guy of Nantucket,
Actually, that totally belongs on that comic page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you could do that. You could also say, like, I've seen ones where they do more historical period stories,
Yeah,
and they'll say a word which is completely obsolete, and they'll put like means this.
Yeah, you put it in the panel.
You put
it. Okay, that works. I see.
And it's like just like a little block.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the traditional screenwriting approach, which is someone says, "Oh, it's fulminating," and they mean like, "What? Lightning's hitting where?"
Yeah.
No, but that actually explains what's going on, which is
that
like your book already has a problem with. So actually, that is useful dialogue.
That is.
All right, cool.
I mean, the only time I would even suggest a glossary is if you're making up a language.
That
Sure.
In which case, you're concerned that these characters have their own super secret language.
Like
know.
a Klingon language or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like if Rutger decides to invent twinnies for serial twins,
Please do that,
and-
Rucker.
Yeah.
and which would
Please
be
force
awesome.
us to read that aloud, Rucker.
And then he could put in the back, this is what twinnies is, so people can kind of figure out what they're trying to say. Or he could just leave them all completely lost and trying to figure it out themselves. Which
No, Rucker
also
would never
is
do
fun.
that.
I know, because it would require work.
Well,
But-
and Rucker is the best at writing well-directed narratives that tell us what the hell is going on.
I don't know. Like
But
Rutger,
anyway,
despite having no pages, Rutger is catching us straight tonight.
We love
No,
you, Matt.
I
We love
seriously
you.
want to read Twitties. I'm 100%. I 100% want to do this
No,
aloud.
he just doesn't
live,
catch us
recorded
straight.
on-
Rucker needs a pat on the back. Rucker needs encouragement and a pat on the back fairly regularly,
So
and it
that
doesn't
would be
hurt
the
to get
only
it done.
reason why I would suggest even using a glossary is if you are intentionally making up or using terms frequently that the audience might not be able to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
That
think
would
the only
be
word I
about
saw there
The
that like
only reason why I would do it.
there was like
Yeah.
2 words I saw there that definitely needed stuff, which was like what? Decode and stevedore.
Yeah. Okay.
And
But a lot of times,
and everyone has a dictionary in their pocket now.
Yeah. Danny's absolutely right about that. If somebody doesn't know what the frickin' what a Pequod is, then they need to go
They're
and
going
look
to
that
ask
up.
ChatGPT or Google it or whatever,
Yeah.
Right.
and they may well get a real answer.
I think you
And
have a pretty
frankly,
real
they're not
answer.
going to, because that seems like a lot of work.
For reading a comic. Yeah.
Yeah, so put it on the page anyways, because
Right.
otherwise you can't assume people know what you're talking about if you're going to use jargon or antiquated language like that.
Yeah. Well, some of it is antiquated. So, okay, cool. That answers the core questions that I had.
Do you want us
Or
to
just don't use
review?
antiquated language.
Yeah. Do you want us to review the pages for zombie things from hell or
No, I not till I'm going to stretch it out like you said. I put too much on one page. I want to fix that. And then I'll also next week I should have a couple of illustrations done to show you, and I'll have a lot of questions about that.
Okay.
Okay.
They're inked
Don't forget, Robert, when you're editing, each page should tell its own story.
with a cliffhanger at the end to turn the page.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. All right. So then we're not going over zombie ships from hell.
I don't think we need to.
Okay.
There's too much more work to be done.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. And by the way,
I
I
look forward to it when it's done.
yeah.
Yeah, the art's really good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I asked Court to come in to our Discord.
Who's court?
He's an agent
Oh,
for comic artists,
okay.
and I've used him with fairly good frequency.
Okay.
And he represents like a fairly decent range of artists. I think talking to him is a better place to start than going to Fiverr or even DeviantArt, because like the people he's going to hook you up with will at least do the work, so you don't have to worry about reaching a partnership with someone and then they never turn in pages.
Which happens a
Yeah,
lot.
which happens a lot. And it's he reps some fairly good artists. So anyway,
Well,
Yeah,
we'll take a look
I-
at my art.
I've had mixed success with his artists, but I did like the colors that he did on my Marissa print. Those colors turned out really good.
there
So
you
the
go.
colors that you recommended from
How-
him.
How much
Um,
art direction do you give, John? Do you tell them what colors to use? Because I'll say it straight up. There's certain things that I say use this color, and I'll find either a Pantone swatch or an example of something. And
I've never done that.
never.
No,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
either. No,
God,
I try to. So when I hire an artist, especially for covers, I want them to showcase their strengths, and so I find that since I am not an artist, I just they're the expert, and I just let them do their thing. Probably why Marissa still likes me. And
Mm-hmm.
but
That's
yeah.
okay.
And that's
Look,
you know.
look, my loss is your gain, my friend.
Well, Marissa, so you know that whiskey paint print with the car? I actually wanted her to do that. And what I originally had in mind was for her to draw the girl, and I was going to have Scott draw the car. But
Mhm.
she didn't like that idea. So
What?
For colors,
I thought that would have looked a lot better. I thought that would have
usually
looked really good.
you send your colorist your concepts, like
Yeah.
the sketches of the characters, and then they figure out the colors. Then you have the color concepts; those are flat colors, but your actual pages are textured colors with shadows, with ambient lighting, with whatever. So it's not necessarily going to be super exact unless all of that work gets done in the ink, which is possible, but like that depends on your illustrator.
Generally, my advice is let the artists be artists and let them be creative.
Yeah.
Because you gotta they I know that you have an artist's eye if you want to give them some guidance, but I don't recommend being very controlling. Allow them to be creative. But if
Let me
you have
introduce you to myself.
no, hold on. If you have certain instructions, like I think the coloring of Watchmen is brilliant because usually in comic books you use primary colors. Watchmen uses secondary colors. Like their entire color scheme is secondary colors, which is really weird when you look at it, when you actually like read the book. It's like, this doesn't look quite right because I'm
Isn't
using
Dr. Manhattan like totally cyan?
What is it?
Dr. Manhattan's very cyan.
Yes. Yeah. But the thing is that they're using like really, even when they use primary colors, they're like pastel almost.
Oh, I mean, that's like normal 16 color process stuff.
I understand that, but the thing is that he used secondary colors. So instead of like bright blues, reds, yellows, he ended up using like purples. So he ends up using more purples.
Well, the Irwin's book did that. The Blues and Breast Milk book were those very muted tones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like the colorist will do that. If the colorist is any good, like if you're using physical colors, they're going to take notes on the mixes for everything.
Yes.
And like the ink ratios for print and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all normal, like early production phase stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're really worried, send over your character concepts or pages with all the characters. Just be like, give me the flats. Let's lock this down for like skin tone and stuff for everybody, and then lock it down and get on with your life. Like you give notes on the flats, not on the rendered colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Same as like line art. Give notes on the pencils, not on the final inks. Right. Give notes on the thumbnails and the pencils if possible. Right, because those are the easiest phases in which to fix anything.
Yeah. Easiest meaning least expensive, because time is the issue. Yeah, got it.
You can't fix once it's colored. You can't fix inks.
Right.
Well, it'd be expensive. So.
Well, it'd have to be recolored.
Redone. That's why. I mean, that's what I mean.
It's not worth the trouble. Just fix it while it's cheap.
Yes, exactly.
Or as I keep on telling everybody all the time, fix it in pre-production. That's the cheap time.
Yeah. Yes. Increasingly, well, there are a number of people who come to me and are like, Preston, I've got some great ideas that we can spend your money to make this thing. And
people keep doing that.
And
it's not going to go away, Preston.
I know. I explore, like, look, I'm a good guy. I'll walk down the pathway of like exploring the project and but like when I really start to drill into it, I come back with we're going to have to do a lot more pre-production in order for this to be profitable.
Yeah.
Like, but and the thing is, like there's this is where it's hard having the producer hat, because everyone else just wants the work. Everyone else just wants the paycheck, and they will say whatever they think you need to hear in order to get that check. And so no one's going to go, this script sucks, or this needs work. Then I go, it looks great. Let's go. Let's just shoot out.
Dude, did you see my notes on that thing we worked on last fall? Because like in pre, I gave a ton of notes in pre.
Yeah.
And like and so did Audrey actually. Very few of them were implemented, but we gave a shit ton of notes.
Yeah.
Like we didn't say it sucks. That's not our job. But we were like, here's some solutions to fix all these problems.
There we go.
Like, I mean, I really do live by, like, my job is to fix problems.
Yeah.
You ideally in pre-production.
Again, you did film the scene, which was not in the storyboards. So gonna save you some money.
Oh,
yeah, right. We filmed the scene that was in the script and then didn't use it, so that could have been pre-produced better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I just love how we dedicate 2 hours a week to offering free feedback to people, and yet that's not good enough. They want like our undivided time.
Well, they can pay us for that.
Yeah.
For free.
Or else we're ignoring them or something. It's like, dude, we give you 2 hours a week. Like,
I know who you're talking about.
I think Danny was one of the worst ones where people were trying to get like free editing help, and you're like, dude, just come on stream. I give free editing help every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, especially for script editing, like, I'm sorry, you don't want to pay me? Come on stream.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
you do want to pay me? I'll take your money. I'll give you better notes.
There we go.
And I'll probably fix all your problems. I'll even do it for you. That's what the money's for. If you just want someone to read your script and tell you where it sucks, come to the stream. That's what the stream is for.
Let's see. Where is?
But here we have a new creator today.
Yeah, we do.
Romanian creator.
Yeah,
that's very.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So, John, do you want to go over the Cowboys versus Zombies, or do we want to read Beyond the Edge?
We could do. I mean, do we have time to do both?
We'll start with Cowboys versus Zombies. Very well.
Signs point to yes for me. I'm not as exhausted today.
And I only got to like 6 pages and 2 lines, so
that's
I've been really busy. So.
All right, Danny will commit to reading both if that's all we've got for Cowboys versus Zombies.
All right, let's do it.
Cowboys all right, back in a second though. 42 to let's see, 40. Wait, what is this? It says 42 to 49.
I posted it today. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, 42 to 49.
And
exterior, Dakota Forest. Ow. Clearing day. Elias returns, dropping some wood splints nearby. Abrams returns with a cloth wrap and several leather straps.
All right, son, this might sting.
Hemsworth pours the whiskey onto the wound. Then, with a shove, he sets the bone. Harper screams in pain.
Good boy. Worst part's over.
Hemsworth wraps his leg before setting it with the splints and tying it down with the leather straps.
All right, let's get you on a horse.
Elias walks one of the horses up to them. Hemsworth and, oh, by the way, Danny, completely unrelated, the Motion Picture Association of America assigned Frontier Crucible an R, just so you know.
I think Danny's offline, I think.
Oh, is he? Okay, well.
Was there a question about what it was going to be rated?
I mean, there's no like cussing in the thing. There's no nudity. There's no cuss words.
No cussing. And I was looking at the poster and going like, R?
Hello, what did I miss?
And then
the rating, the MPAA rating announcement.
Yeah.
Oh, for Frontier Crucible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the rating?
R.
Yeah.
So,
it's rated R?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a phone so I can call bullshit?
I
know. Absolutely. That's like.
Yeah. There were so many times like Miles would drop an F-bomb and we'd have to go, no, we're going to redo it. And you're not going to say
hold on. Isn't R the only thing above PG-13?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I can kind of see that, even though we're not very graphic.
No, we're not.
No, but the
I
thing
mean,
is that
this isn't even by Eli Roth. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I even commented on the post. I'm like,
Yeah.
at the poster, and it said like, you got a rated R.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really weird. I would think it would at least get a PG-13, but
13,
not an
yeah.
R.
Yeah.
And then Travis went like, yeah, that surprised me too. And I'm like, So-
Anyway.
Well,
You
you
can
know what?
you
That's
can
good.
feel
That means we
those.
shocked somebody with actually not that shocking of a film.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
apparently
Now,
so.
you can
Was
appeal
there
that.
like cannibalism or something going on in them?
Nope.
Oh, don't say
I mean,
that.
spoilers? Am I supposed to say no or spoilers,
I
Preston?
assume
Yeah.
it is due to the torture scene, particularly.
Yeah, that's what it has to
particularly
be.
of
Yeah.
the eye,
Of Thomas Jane, where we burn his eye out with
where
a
we
gun
burn his
barrel.
eye out, and I think because you see
I mean, maybe it's rated R because we hired Armie Hammer.
It could be.
Oh,
it
boy.
could just be a protest to the actor. Anyway, Elias.
No, you're probably right. It's
No,
probably the
also,
torture
maybe the
scene.
movie will do
Torture
better because it's
doesn't-
R.
Yeah. And when you see it, like that's like an egg.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's like it's
the-
egg whites.
yeah, it's like egg whites that and they like they push the gun barrel down into this. You know, they made a dummy of his upper torso and face and stuff, and they had like an egg in there. So you push the gun barrel and it's squishing out.
Yeah, and then
And then we
That's
surprised
right.
the actor by burning out his actual eye.
yeah.
and then take this, like you put a little yellow in there. I don't know what it is, but because it's such an unnatural color for the human body,
Yeah.
it just makes people like very squishy.
Yeah.
So,
I really wish I had seen this movie yet. I'm really very excited to be able to soon.
Awesome. Yeah.
Look
Elias-
at the trailer.
Yeah. Elias.
man, there's so many spoilers in the trailer.
There
I was
are
so,
a
so
ton.
I mean,
sad.
whatever.
Yeah.
So sad. I was like, what the hell?
Elias walks one of the horses up to them. Hemsworth and Abrams lift Harper onto the horse as Elias holds him steady.
You good?
Yeah,
Am I
Doc.
Harper? Who's Harper?
Okay.
Preston, let me know when I have a role.
All right.
Yeah,
Go,
Doc.
John.
I feel right as rain.
Hemsworth adjusts the stirrups into Harper's boot, tying him in.
You're going to feel some discomfort, but if the pain gets too much, you give a holler.
Harper takes a few deep breaths, fighting back the pain.
Yeah, Doc.
Hemsworth hands Harper the whiskey.
Here, it'll help with the pain.
Harper takes a sip. The whiskey.
Eli, would you keep him steady?
The whiskey.
Yeah, Doc.
Wait, who's Elias?
I guess I am.
No, Danny can be.
Yeah,
Elias.
Doc.
Good line, Danny. Sheriff, a word.
Abrams, Hemsworth, and Tay step away few feet from Harper and Eli.
Can he
Who's it?
ride?
I got him stabilized, but he can't ride.
We still got a little over half a day up the mountain.
Lily stands nearby, listening.
Not with him, you're not. The deputy's going home, and he can't ride alone. If that leg gets infected,
Abrams sighs.
We're down a horse, Doc.
I'll ride with Harper.
I'm not losing both of you.
Lily can ride with the boy.
Lily's butts into the conversation.
How
Poppy.
many butts does Lily have?
I don't know.
She's a four-cheek girl.
Papa.
Abrams.
That tracks. You're the smallest one here. We unload the extra gear and you two can ride safely back to town.
I'm not leaving you.
Abrams and Hemsworth exchange glances, then walk away, leaving Tay and Lily.
Lily, the young deputy, needs someone to watch over him.
Lily steams furious. She looks back at Harper as Abrams and Hemsworth examine the saddlebags, removing anything they won't need for the return trip.
Will you do this for me?
Lily lets out a long, exhausted sigh.
Yes, Papa.
That's not what you wrote.
Lily lets out a long, exhausted sign. There we go. Sign. There we go.
Yes, Papa. Thank you.
Tay and Lily approach the rest.
Lily will ride with the deputy back to town, see that gets a proper rest.
When you get to Mineral City, go to the general store and ask for Martha. She'll know what to do.
Lily nods. Tay puts an arm under Lily, lifting up, setting her in front of Harper.
Don't ride too fast. Keep to even terrain.
Lily nods. She looks to Tay. He smiles reassuringly. Milo walks up besides Tay.
You keep an eye on them, friend.
Milo barks.
Bark, bark.
Lily spurs the horse gently, and they head down the trail until they're out of sight. Abrams glances up to the sky.
How long now?
If we make haste, we can make it before nightfall.
Well, let's make haste.
Abrams, Hemsworth, Tay, and Eli mount up. Exterior Dakota Forest, River Trail Day. The posse rides hard along a river trail, following it downstream, the sun quickly rolling across the sky towards the horizon. They pass by the Beavers Dam, showing a 40% drop in water pressure. A mile downstream, they slow to a stop about a mile from the dam.
Tay, where does this river lighten up?
Tay looks up and down the river.
Perhaps another mile or so.
Perhaps. You said it would only be at a mile.
Abrams glances to the sky.
You want to cross here?
I do. We already have to backtrack 2 miles upstream. Eli, break out the rope.
Elias grabs a rope from his saddlebag. He holds one end, tossing the other to Abrams. Hemsworth and Tay grab the middle loosely, wrapping the rope around their waists with the loop of the saddle. Abrams dismounts, ties a loop around Milo's torso.
You up for a swim?
Milo moves cautiously to river's edge, then looks back at Abrams.
Yeah, of course you are.
Abrams mounts his horse, loops the rope around his saddle, then his waist.
That's not how you spell waist.
Yeah.
Stay tight.
The five head into the water, the rushing water washing over the saddles, but the water remains shallow, allowing the horses can wade slowly through. Abrams pets his horse reassuringly.
Easy, girl. You got this.
Once out of the river, the horses shake off the water. Exterior Dakota Forest Day. Lily and Harper ride slow along the path, the opposite direction they were traveling just the day before.
You smell like rain on corn or cinnamon. Molasses cookies, like Ma would bake.
Lily remains focused on the road ahead, trying to ignore his rambling.
Sometimes she burn 'em. Too much butter. Why'd she put so much? Like eyes, fish eyes. So many eyes, slimy.
Harper closes his eyes.
Don't eat the eyes.
Harper looks back over her shoulder as the sweat beads on Harper's forehead. Lily.
Oh, Harper, deputy, wake up.
She gives Harper a shove, waking him back up.
Pine, wet pine, like horses.
Harper leans into Lily, putting his arms around her.
You're warm and soft, like fire. Don't touch.
You're the one that's fire.
Mm-hmm. Lily pulls the reins of the horse back, stopping. She clicks her tongue at the horse, who bows its head, allowing Lily to swing her leg over its neck to dismount.
Just stay right there.
Lily looks around in all directions. Plantain. Lily steps a few feet off the trail, picking broad green leaves from off the road. She returns to Harper.
Here, chew on this. It'll help with the fever.
Food for rabbits.
You'll be rabbit food if you don't eat.
Harper takes the leaf into his mouth and chews loudly. He reacts strongly to the bitter taste.
Tastes like dirt.
Just keep chewing on it.
Lily steps off the trail again to gather more. All right, we had cowboys versus zombies. Some folks were wounded. They were having to do their best to ration out the resources of horses. And
Hopefully he doesn't get an infection.
Yeah, and hope whatever natural medicine Lily was putting together. And they had to cross a river, and the horses were nervous. So, stuff happened. There was
Some Oregon Trail kind of thing.
yeah, there was some conflict in the pages.
Yeah.
I was a bit concerned for the characters. People were certainly in physical danger with the river, but also with the fact that there's some guy that might be sick.
I mean, they've already lost some people.
Yeah, they've already lost some people. That guy's wounded. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe he'll come back from the dead.
That'd be kind
That
of
would be kind of cool. Anyway, yeah. So what do you think, Diane?
There's conflict. There's some tension. Someone's sick, wounded.
Yes.
They have to get for help. A little medicine. Hopefully that will help somewhere before they can get help from Martha. So, and then you got to cross the river, which I feel needs to be maybe a little longer, like to show more tension or to know how concerning it is. But maybe it's enough for the horse to be concerned. So the horse doesn't want to drown, obviously. Yeah. So it's all right. I like it. It's good.
Danny.
Looking for more zombies?
The dialogue with the guy who was hallucinating or whatever was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I did like that. You're soft like that.
And also, I missed the beginning, but I guess instead of letting the wounded guy coming along, they're sending him back. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, good job on doing that.
Yeah.
Because now your characters are less insane.
Yeah.
And the journey seems more threatening.
Yes. And also, he's probably going to eat them.
That is true. Now there's a good chance that he might die and Lily will become food.
I'm afraid the name of that screenwriting book is Save the Cat.
Yeah. Well, this one we're going to eat the cat. Or yeah, that'll be.
They're eating the cats.
That'll be my book on script writing. Eat the pussy. There we go.
What the fuck, man?
Ow, Robert.
Okay.
Back in for that. Thank you.
This is why Preston doesn't turn his camera on anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We know what's going on back there. It's our imaginations. I agree with the assessment of the fevered dream dialogue of what's going on, and I think the idea there is that I'm wondering, is he now going to become a zombie, or is he just sick from whatever's infected him? And so there's like kind of a dynamic tension there of I don't quite know what's making him sick. At least that's what I was thinking. And
he had a horse fall on him.
Yeah, but still.
Were you here?
No, I didn't. I didn't know that one. No,
yeah,
I wasn't.
Yeah,
and
there was a scare, and a horse fell on him and broke his leg.
But that could infect him as a zombie somehow. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Is that why is he sick? Why has he got a fever? What's the reason for it? If I'm thinking sitting there as an audience person, that's one of the reasons. I'm going to come up with different reasons. Sure. Why is he getting a fever from getting his leg broken? Yeah. Something's infected him. What infected him? Could have been a zombie. Do I know that there's zombies yet? I don't know.
Or something.
Well, whatever. Anyway, the other thing was the dialogue with the doctor showed a lot of care. I have a constructive on that I'll get into later. And that was good because it created value to the human. And that's something before that was kind of not there, is that in some of the scenes that I have read. And I agree with Diane's assessment about the river. It presented a natural threat. And since the whole film or story is going to be about natural and supernatural threats, it's good to have that complexity to it. There's all kinds of threats. It's dangerous. Which danger are they going to confront next? And that's kind of exciting. So those are good things.
How could it be made better, Robert?
Okay. About that dialogue in the beginning, there's too much step by step by step. It doesn't need to be that long to get them, put the splint on and get him up on a horse. I think the care about him is what you need to keep. The process of it needs to be shortened quite a bit. There's just too many steps to get him on that horse. Also, I think that I know that it can be shorter, the conflict of who leaves and who stays. There's somebody there's a leader, and they need to put down the people who object to the decision. And the decision is, you two go back and we're going forward. They can object, but it can't go back and forth. It's too much consideration of something where there is a leader. And so I would like to see a stronger position for the protagonist at that stage, for that scene. All right, that's it for me.
Danny.
Well, spelling and grammar.
Sure.
I agree with
Where's the
Diane about the river scene. It was confusing what the tension was. Like the beaver dam, sure, but like it could just be too wide or deep or fast. So I'm sure this is one of those problems that like you can write it very carefully to the script, but actually what's going to happen is what's happening based on the actual location.
True.
Right? Because this is not the kind of show where you just make your own natural environment and stay consistently in budget. So with that being said, like I couldn't tell what the danger was. They just tied themselves together and went across the river. It seems like that's what happened. And then like it looked for some reason briefly like the dog was anchoring everybody. It was very confusing. Is my point. And I didn't catch the beginning, so it was fine for me. I think the conversation that you did have with Tay and Lily was a good way to pair those two off. Because Lily's supposed to be really young, right?
20s.
Okay, yeah,
Not young.
Lily was acting very childish in that scene then. But that aside, fine. The women figured it out, and that wasn't terrible. And although Robert is completely right as to his solution is probably the best solution, having that entire discourse get resolved without the manly leader coming in and just yelling at people was an interesting move.
Diane.
As I said with the river, I'm like, I like the tension with the river, but I don't know why it's tense, only because the horse is nervous. I don't think that's enough. Like, I don't know if it's too wide, too fast. Why is the horse nervous? And is it because their supplies are going to get wet? Are they going to get swept away? I don't know. But also with Robert's point with he's injured, he's going to be infected. Well, like an infection, like getting sick. But the thing is that we don't know if it is actually the zombie thing. And it reminds me something like in The Walking Dead, where in the very beginning, we've seen people get bit and turn.
Yes.
And then finally, he had to do an experiment where, like, he didn't get bit. And it's like, can you still turn if you don't get bit? The guy got killed by a bullet. He wasn't bit.
Yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden, that person turns and he goes like, everyone's infected now. And that became a big turning point in the show. And, but the thing is that they set it up really, really well. You don't have it set up here. And we haven't got to that point yet. Although we do worry about it.
Yeah.
But it's not like a big point of contingency.
I mean, are you really saying he needs to be establishing his zombie rules at this point in the story?
Yes.
I don't know that he does.
You do have to at least.
It's got to be a doubt. It has to be lingering there. As I said, it did do that with me. Like of course I know it's a zombie film. I don't know if the characters actually know it's a zombie or what a zombie is at this point, because that's they're more naive about the danger that's there. But Diane's right. You need to have that tension going on, like, what's really infecting him? Why are you so infected with this?
Well,
You know,
the
that-
thing is that we are now 40 pages in,
Sure.
and there
Yeah.
really isn't any rules
Right.
set up
I mean,
yet.
well, look, but you like Sinners,
I did.
and we don't really see vampires until the back half.
Well, the thing is that we already know some of the rules, such as being invited in, and that was
But
like
that
one
really
of the.
didn't happen till the back
No,
half.
no,
Okay.
that happened in the beginning, and there was an intro where
Okay.
he came in. It's like, can I come in? And he came in and then did all this shit.
Mhm.
So we know, like from the beginning, right there, that something was wrong with this guy. He wanted to come in, but he wouldn't come in unless actually formally told.
Mhm.
And that was literally the first 5 minutes. So there were rules,
Okay.
at least established. Now, you didn't know he was a vampire.
Mhm.
So that's the thing, because I just thought he was acting very strange. And then later on, he was revealed, and that's when he like stole the instruments and everything, and then goes out and does his thing. And that was the main vampire that did that,
Well,
the Irish guy.
I don't know that you necessarily need.
You need at least.
I was going to give the note that I would like there to be a little more foreshadowing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a little more foreshadowing.
There needs to be more foreshadowing.
Yeah.
There needs to at least be some context of like zombies are looming. And so
You're
far,
in the second act. Yeah.
yeah, we're 40 pages in and we've seen only like 1, 2.
That's okay, but they should, that foreshadowing, they're the foreshadow. Something weird is going on.
Feel like there should be something approaching,
Mhm.
something lingering. Right now, we're having the river. We're having this accident happening, but the thing is that the enemy is still out there,
Mhm.
but we haven't really seen it or have any evidence of. We've had poo. We have like dead like corpses, but we haven't really gotten like to them yet.
Yeah.
And we have these, that's foreshadowing, but
Yeah.
then we kind of forgot about it, haven't we? Because we're now like another 20 pages in. So I would like to keep it on focus and know that there is danger looping in. There is something approaching them. They could hear voices. They could hear something. Something's got to happen. So at least something foreshadowing is going to happen. That's my advice.
All right. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, my note was just going to be, it could do with a bit of foreshadowing. Because in horror, these people are making decisions that have ramifications that go far beyond. Well, that we, the audience, often have extra knowledge than the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times we're like, oh no, don't run down that hallway, or don't, they're making big decisions here, and the audience needs to be really dreading that maybe they made the wrong one, or that the audience really needs to be hanging on that decision and invested in its outcome.
Yes. There's two things you could do with that. One is some of the earlier corpses that you see, rather than have them be corpses, have them be in their last dying moments, and they have a fevered dream spiel, little speech. And she kind of recognizes that and go, wow, you sound like one of those guys that died earlier. Just let it sit there. Let it be similar. That's a trigger. The second thing is when they're crossing the river, maybe some of the corpses of other animals that are slaughtered or killed or something like that float by them as they're going across, and that's why the horses were scared, not because of the water.
I love that
kind of thing.
Anyway,
Okay.
I mean, and all right, so let me just throw out here, like, what if during that crossing scene, like a zombie comes out of the water and they have to fight like a zombie,
Just a hand, like a deliverance.
and like and like now they're like freaked out and scared, and now we're kind of establishing.
Yeah. What was that? What was that? Did you see that?
Yeah. I mean, and they could be piecing together. Oh wait, maybe the livestock got, and like they could be piecing together what they're up against, and now building the dread of, oh my goodness, there's this big thing. It's. I think we could do with a bit more of that. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Okie doke. Let's see. We got Beyond the Edge. So here we go. So yes, Hungarian.
Romanian.
Oh, you're right, Romanian. My bad. Yes, Romanian, of course. The easternmost, well, not quite, but the
Hungary is nowhere near Romania, though.
What?
Hungary is nowhere near Romania.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're both on the Black Sea, so I wouldn't say
Austria is not on the Black Sea. Or you said
we're talking about Hungary
Oh,
and Romania. Right. I believe
Hungary's on the Danube.
Hungary is near Finland.
It's the Danube.
Yeah. Wait, Hungary is not near Finland.
Yeah, it is. It's like across the. It's not, whatever.
No, Finland is up by Sweden.
Scandinavia. It's the furthest.
Scandinavia.
Yeah,
Hungary is. Hungary.
Oh no, Hungary is further away. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Estonia that's up there by.
Yes. Those are Estonia.
There's a language block that's like Finnish, Estonian, and Hungarian.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to pronounce Disu.
Dichu.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gesundheit.
Disu. Sabine de Hodor Gabriel.
Hodor.
Yeah. Wrote Beyond the Edge. Raised in.
Do we need to read that? Should we just jump into the script?
Not a script.
End of the script. Here we go.
Script.
Who wants to narrate? Shall I do this?
I'll narrate.
Go ahead, John.
Fade in. Why are we scene? Oh, okay. This is a screenplay. All right.
It's a screenplay.
I saw scene 1. I was thinking panel 1. I'm like, why are we fading?
I don't know why he put scene 1.
That's not how you label scene numbers.
It's not formatted correctly. The whole thing. So.
Okay. Exterior. I will skip that then. Exterior. Yeah. London. Cloudy morning. Light drizzle. I didn't know light drizzle was a time. A large Georgian-style villa in a quiet London neighborhood. Tall windows, classical lines, and modern touches. Light rain slides down the glass. Cars move slowly along the wet street, their wipers moving back and forth. A few pedestrians walk past with umbrellas. Oh, please, next version, give us a courier font. Zoom in on Emma's bedroom window. Raindrops slowly trickle down the pane. Interior, Emma's bedroom. Morning. Emma is packing her bag carefully. The room is bright and elegant. Well, what happened to all that lovely active tense in all the first paragraph? It's all just out the window.
This is probably a second language to him,
with
so be
a
kind.
high ceiling and large windows. A modern desk sits beside a full bookshelf on the wall.
That's a great sentence right there. A modern desk sits behind a full bookshelf.
On the wall, a large smart TV is turned off. Emma adjusts her clothes in front of the mirror, checks everything one last time, and leaves the room. Interior villa, hallways continuous. The hallway is wide and filled with classic furniture and paintings. Emma walks down a large wooden staircase. Close up on her hand, her fingers slide softly along the polished banister. Her bracelet glints faintly in the morning light. Interior villa, kitchen living room area, continuous. The living room area is large and open with tall windows and expensive furniture. A grand piano sits in one corner. Paintings and elegant decorations fill the space. Maria and Henry, Emma's parents, are at the table dressed for work. Amber, the housekeeper, moves quietly in the background preparing breakfast.
Morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
Morning, Emma.
Well, look who's finally up. How'd you sleep, darling?
Pretty well, though I had a strange dream.
Probably about your big holiday.
Or maybe about university? At least I hope so.
Oh, Dad, come on. You know, I've worked hard for this. Top 10 at King's College London. That's something.
Of course it is. We're very proud of you.
Could have been number 1, though.
Emma rolls her eyes, but can't help smiling. The room fills with soft laughter. A typical family morning.
All right, I got a meeting in 30 minutes. Emma, I'd like you to come by the office next week. I got a few documents for you to read. You'll pick up a few things there.
Sure, see you later, Dad.
Bye, darling. I'll see you later at the firm.
Bye, ladies. Behave yourselves.
Have a good day, Mr. Walker.
Interior villa morning continuous. The front door closes softly. The sound of Henry's footsteps fades away down the path. Emma remains inside with Maria and Amber, who move quietly in the background. She places a plate in front of Emma. Emma enjoys a rich breakfast while Maria opens her laptop on the table, scanning through her emails.
Are you, Emma?
Any big cases so far?
Yes, love. As usual, the Smith case is turning into quite a mess. Alan and we are working on it together.
Emma smiles faintly, playing with her fork. She takes a sip of water.
Something on your mind, sweetheart?
I just don't like that man. He's so bloody arrogant.
Maria lets out a short chuckle and shakes her head slightly.
By the way, have you spoken to Dustin lately?
Yes. Nearly fell asleep listening to him brag again about being the best cricket player in town.
Oh, come on, Emma. He's got his flaws, but he's a lovely boy, and you've got so much in common.
And
Well, that sounds like red flags right there.
yeah. And let's not forget, Alan is your partner. That's a plus for you too. TOO too.
Yeah, it should be.
For you
Yeah,
too. You
too,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about pluses, love. We are thinking of your future. You two could carry on the firm one day. And honestly, you make a beautiful couple. Does
Oh,
Maria
that's a disaster waiting to happen.
No.
Does she always speak with an ellipsis?
Yeah.
Maria smiles warmly, stroking Emma's hair. Emma looks at her fondly and lets out a quiet laugh.
I suppose that's the important aspect then. Anyway, Bob's just texted. He'll be here in a few minutes. I better get ready.
All right, I'll be off to the office soon as well. You're still seeing the girls after tutoring today?
Yes, Bob's taking me into the city, having a coffee and having a catch up.
All right, sweetheart. Just make sure you're back in time to eat before your piano lesson.
Actually, I'll eat out with the girls, but I'll be home by the afternoon. Mrs. Jones should be here around 4.
Perfect. We might tweak your schedule for next week. She'll fill you in. Are you all right for money, by the way? Do you need me to transfer more?
No, Mom, I'm fine. All sorted.
Outside, the faint sound of a car engine pulling up. Through the big window, rain trickles down as sunlight breaks through the gray. A sleek black car stops in the driveway. Emma checks her phone and smiles.
Where am I? Bob's here. I need to go.
Take care, darling. Don't forget anything, and call me later. Love you.
Love you too. Bye, Amber.
Have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day, Emma.
Emma kisses her mother on the cheek and walks toward the entrance. Interior villa entrance continuous. Emma places her bag on a small console and slips on her shoes. The coat rack displays expensive jackets and neatly arranged luxury shoes. She takes one last look at herself in the mirror, breathes out softly, and steps outside, closing the grand front door behind her. Exterior London Street. Emma walks along a beautiful paved road lined with stunning flowers that enrich a vast garden. The atmosphere is pleasant, slightly cool, the kind that hints at the beginning of September. Stepping onto the main street, she gets into a luxurious car. Bob, dressed elegantly as always, smiles and gives her a small nod from inside. Interior car continuous. The car begins to move gently. The luxurious interior, with its comfortable seats and latest gadgets, enhances Emma's feeling of ease and comfort.
Morning, Bob.
Morning, miss. How are you feeling today? There's a hot latte waiting for you in the armrest with vanilla syrup, naturally.
Oh, Bob, you're always so thoughtful. Cheers. That's lovely. And I'm all right. Just a bit knackered, but I'm meeting the girls later, so it's all good.
Anything for you, miss. So, after your meditation, we're off to the city center. Yeah?
That's right. I'm meeting the girls at the cafe. Might grab a bite there too.
Great.
Emma looks out the window, her mind seemingly elsewhere. Her eyes catch the daylight and glimmer softly. Phone notification sound. Close up on Emma's phone. Her delicate hands hold the device resting against her leg. On screen, a message pops up from Dustin. Hey, what are you up to? Emma hesitates for a moment, gazing out the window, lost in thought. Then she picks up the phone and starts typing.
Oh, Lord.
Camera. I mean, do we want to read that part? Camera stays on Emma sitting in the back seat while the message appears on the side of the screen as a visual overlay.
I'll do
All
Dustin.
right, let's go.
Fine. I'm on my way to meditation. You?
Just coming back from cricket, winky face.
Nice one. Good for you. Applause.
You all right? You sound a bit off.
Nah, just didn't have much to say, to be honest.
Fancy meeting up later?
Seeing the girls today, maybe in the evening.
All right. I'll wait for your text. Winky face blowing a kiss.
Okay.
Love you. Don't forget that. Smiling face full of kisses.
Emma smiles briefly, looking out the window for a second. She places the phone on her leg, then picks it up again and starts typing.
Love you too. Hearts sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
A smiling face with hearts for eyes.
Emma sinks back into thought, staring quietly out the window.
Everything all right, Emma?
She keeps looking out the window, distant and thoughtful.
Emma?
Oh, sorry, Bob. I got lost in thought. I'm fine, really. I'm just not in the mood for meditation. Today, it's been an exhausting period with all the law school prep. Honestly, feel like I need a proper break.
That upcoming holiday will do you wonders. You've earned it. Think of it as your little escape.
Exactly.
What's the holiday? Is it Michaelmas? No, because school's already in session. Lent?
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, term ends at Lent.
Aren't they? You know how long I've been preparing for law, ellipses, and the pressure from my parents on top of that dash. It's been a lot.
It's tough, no doubt. Their expectations are high, but they only want the best for you. Try to see it from their side as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's just sometimes it's too much. Between the stress of studying and their constant pressure, I'm genuinely afraid I might burn out.
You're quite right, miss. Everyone needs a proper breather now and then to clear their mind. Look on the bright side. A brilliant holiday is just around the corner.
Close up, Emma. Her face glows softly in the daylight. She breathes slowly, lost in thought, then runs a hand through her hair as if to shake off the weight. A faint, genuine smile forms on her lips.
That's exactly what's keep thinking about, believe me.
Montage with background music throughout. Exterior London, outside a large house. Emma steps out of the car and waves to Bob. She then turns, goes up the wide steps of the elegant townhouse, and rings the doorbell. From inside, her tutor, an older, well-dressed gentleman, welcomes her in. Interior tutor's house, continuous. On a large wooden table lies a multitude of books and papers. Emma sits at one of the table, the tutor at the other. We see her writing, thinking, focusing, occasionally discussing something with him. Close up Emma's hand. The pen glides smoothly across the paper, leaving behind a trace of beautiful flowing handwriting, almost magical. Close up, Tudor's face. He nods with an approving smile. Close up, Emma's face. Her eyes lift slightly upward to the side as he concentrates, lost in thought. Match cut, close up, Emma's hand. A zip of her bag opens. Her hand slides inside, placing away her personal items. Finally, Emma stands, smiles politely, and says goodbye before stepping outside.
Ah,
Exterior London, outside the house continuous. Bob has already parked the luxurious car, waiting patiently for her. He is, as always, perfectly punctual and composed. Interior, Emma's car, continuous. Emma gets in, and the car starts moving gently through central London. She chats with Bob, laughs lightly, occasionally glancing at her phone or out the window. Aerial view, London streets. The car glides through the busy city avenues. Moments later, they arrive right in front of the cafe. Hey, exterior London, outside the cafe, continuous. Emma steps out gracefully, adjusting her bag on her shoulder as she moves among the passersby.
all right, 10 pages. So I want to say that this is impressive writing for an amateur. We do call out attention to passive verbs here, but there really weren't many. There were a lot of nice flowing descriptions. There were a lot of action lines that were simple and direct and clear. I don't think like the actors would be particularly necessarily confused to act them out, or the director to kind of visualize or block the scenes. So I feel like the actual craft, the wordsmithing that we see in the script is quite good. So congratulations. That's a big thing. That one trips up a lot of people. There are people who keep coming back like time after time, and I'm like, can you get rid of the passives, please? And
They don't know what you're talking about.
they just eventually stop coming because it's like a big ask, or they like ask AI to do it or something. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I think you're off. You have a nice solid foundation here in terms of the writing. Like there's not a lot of like long. In fact, I think everything was fairly choppy. Like I didn't see any like big long blocks of text. So yeah, kudos for that. We have our main character here, Emma. At least I have to assume it's our main character. She's got a family that loves her and wants her to do well in school and get a boyfriend and have some kids and then eventually become partners in the family firm or something. I don't know. But we have parents, Emma's parents, who have ambitions for her, and we have a tutor who teaches or something. I don't know. Anyway, but and we have the boyfriend himself.
Clearly calligraphy.
Yes. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, that's what we got. All right, Dan.
The characters seem to have a voice.
Yes.
That's nice. I kind of want to go into criticism.
Don't.
I'm trying not to. But she knows what she basically wants. I find her conversation with Bob very cute. She strangely has more chemistry with Bob than the boyfriend, but okay. Okay, so he could be an old family friend. Who knows? So,
Driver.
but I do agree that like the way that you phrase it, like your sentence structure and everything is very crisp. And it tells what you need to do very directly. So yeah.
John.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was very well written, very well formatted. It was easy to follow and made good use of white space. We didn't have like big long walls of text, and it was definitely felt very easy to follow and easy to very shootable.
Robert.
Very straightforward, pretty clear. The interchanges that happened with the different people. I don't want to repeat what other people say because I agree with a lot of it. I think if it's his first attempt at doing it, it's far better than my first attempt at writing a screenplay for sure. And English is my first language, so I think that it's quite an achievement. Minor fixes in the structure, major fixes obviously for where how a screenplay is supposed to be formatted, but the dialogue clearly shows individual people. So it's not just words that are sitting there. We start to see humans. So I like that.
Danny.
I like how there's a conflict.
There is.
There is?
I'm pretty sure there is.
All right.
I saw that.
Do tell.
I'm pretty sure her mom wanted her to marry somebody who isn't Dustin, who she's in love with.
Yes.
That's an actual conflict.
That is.
Her mom wanted her to marry Dustin.
That she's
well,
stressed out over her law school thing, and she's buckling under the pressure. That's another.
That's what they tell us. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure her mother wanted her to marry somebody else. I may be incorrect about this. If her mother wants her to marry somebody else, there's a conflict.
Her mother wanting her to get married is a conflict just inherently.
And she is not liking it.
Anyways, so there might not be I perceived a conflict, which made me happy.
There you go. I love it. How could we made better, Danny?
She repeats that she's going out with girls like 7 times. You don't need to say it that many times.
All right, we'll start with Diane. Okay, go ahead. How could it be made better, Diane?
She keeps saying that she's going to go out with girls. And literally, it's being said about 7 or 8 times. I'm like, I get it. All right.
Anything
okay.
else?
Are we going to get there? So, the dialogue with the mom is fine. I like the dialogue with Bob. I don't think there's my thing is that the lack of chemistry with the boyfriend, and I know it's through text, but still, and I'm kind of wondering where this is going. I know we're in the first, what is it? 10.
That was the first 10 pages.
That was the first 10 pages. Trying to figure out where the journey is going.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because I'm trying to figure out, is it the boyfriend journey? Is it
I would say it's still pretty wide open.
Yeah, is it like the school?
A limo could pull up, she could be inducted into the CIA, a nuclear bomb could blow up, Dustin could break up with her. Like the story's wide open in terms of where it could go. We don't know yet.
First 10 minutes don't know where it's gonna go.
Right.
But so far we have set up some exposition. We know where she's going. Her life seems to be in order. Kind of waiting for it to see what happens, to see if it gets worse or better or something. So, yeah.
All right. I just double checked the script, and there does seem to be a conflict.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the mother is all like, "Oh, we think Dustin's good for you," and she's like, "Well, he's a nice boy, I guess."
Yeah.
So
but she gives him heartsy faces.
Yeah.
2 pages later.
Hold on.
What?
I know.
Girls just do that to guys. They just do that to guys. Wrapped around their finger.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That. Actually. So yeah, this is a first attempt. I would say, aside from the obvious stuff that people brought up already, it's okay to cut to the interesting part. Like there was a lot of repetition.
Yes.
I don't see the point of anything involving the tutor. Like that entire montage, I was waiting for the tutor to grab her ass.
I was almost waiting for her to walk in the door, and the next scene, like she's on the table and he's like mounting her or something.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Like this is what I was expecting when you go to the tutor. Like,
I think she needs
I'm
to
not
mount
going to
Bob,
meditation.
too.
I'm
She
going to
needs
go
to
to
mount every guy that she sees while she's texting.
I mean, maybe that's her plan with the girls at the cafe. I don't know.
And mount the girls.
Okay, so
and then it becomes a John Lamont script.
Backing off from that for a second.
Yeah.
The important thing, there are 2 things that are missing here in your first 10 pages. One is a statement explaining what Emma wants. And the other is a theme. What is this movie about? So you can have like, oh, here's a normal day. It's not ideal, mostly because happy families look alike.
And they're kind of boring.
That's because they all look alike. And as they say, unhappy families are all unhappy for their own unique ways. So we haven't seen an argument or a disagreement or anything that like threatens to actually become a plot. So that would be very nice. Emma saying what she wants and having that be something that's incompatible with what someone else wants. For example, she does not want to marry Dustin. She should say that. And then have the mother be like, oh, you're just being silly and girlish. You will totally marry him and run the firm. That's a conflict. Let's have an explicit conflict here. And a theme. Like, what's the abstract concept this film is about? I don't know what that is. It seems to be about failing to meditate and being on the edge. So, like, I see how it could get there, or it's a John Lamont script. But if this is a Gooner movie, it's not acting like it. And if it's not, she does not seem like someone who's on the edge. People who are on the edge don't meditate. They break shit. They engage in self-destructive behavior. They
Sleep with their
fail
tutor.
and keep trying. They develop drug addictions. That's what people who do, like, when they're so burnt out, they can't think. Like, they go full gremlin mode. And none of that's happening. So I would love to see more of the theme of your film and the conflict be made more explicit in the first 10 pages to really get a good hook into your audience.
Robert.
Okay, there's no cold open. There's nothing to engage anything about this. These are the most boring fucking people in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it now. I don't want to discourage you from doing it because this could go anywhere. I've read into about 30 pages. It doesn't go anywhere. But we'll find that out later if you're going to do a rewrite or something. But the first part's boring. The most exciting thing that I found out about it, or that I found in it, was that you mentioned her hands a lot. She's going down the banister. She rests her hand on her leg. She rests her phone on her leg. I'm expecting her to start masturbating or something, or start touching herself erotically in some way. He's after her hand for some reason. It's mentioned a lot. Now, and that could be one thing where she's obsessed with herself, and all these other things are just, noise in her head. We're going to the tutor. I'm getting my law degree. You could have finished number 1. You should get married. Do you want to meditate? That's just all noise to her. She's obsessed with herself. Something, meaning that none of this means anything to her. I'm going someplace else. But that's me trying to put some kind of structure into the story that you've written so far. The problem with it, and I'll just say it straight up, it's boring. Not that it needs to be, but everything that you've written is too detailed, and it needs to have something, an exciting incident happening in those 10 pages somewhere. Something has to happen. That's it.
John.
Well, tell us how you really feel, Robert.
Yeah.
You could have just said, like, this is the part that you normally write as a first draft and cut later.
Well, pretty much.
And, there's a degree to which that's acceptable because this is a first draft.
Yeah.
And given that it's 240 pages, he definitely has room to cut.
165, 2 hours and 45 minutes as it sits.
Although I gotta say, the pages aren't really properly formatted. Like he allows the dialogue to take up the full width of the page.
And if it were properly formatted, it would be condensed.
If it properly formatted, it would probably be closer to like 200 pages.
Easily.
Yeah.
Which is still 80 pages too many.
Yeah.
At minimum.
And it all needs to be in Courier font.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I guess that's
Word.
Aim for 90 pages. 90 is a good number of pages.
It's possible he can't afford something like a final draft. I know there's free stuff that you can get that format
get the free stuff
acceptably. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is 2025, and not being able to afford final draft, I think, is no longer an excuse. Put it in
Well,
Word
I
and
mean,
put
like
it in Courier font.
Final Draft is like $100, but that's a lot in some places.
Sure.
Writer Duet is still free
Yeah.
and very, very, very good. It's even production quality good for some features.
Yeah.
So,
Or put it in Word and just work around the limitations.
Put in tabs. Yeah.
Yeah. Just put in tabs.
actually,
It's
if you
not
go
perfect,
on Google,
but
or
it
go
is.
through Word and look for a screenplay template, there are a
Yep.
few of them, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
You don't even need to do tabs.
There's lots of solutions that are free.
Yeah, there are good templates that will solve many problems for you.
But that's not the problem here. That's an issue that can be resolved. The problem is in the story. I need something to happen in those 10 pages that goes, ooh, what is she going to do? Something. And the tutor's nothing. I don't even understand why she goes there.
As we were saying, John?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just going to comment on the format. I mean, I am, was waiting like for the shoe to drop. Like, okay, what's going to happen is who's going to die, who's going to get abducted by aliens, and I kept waiting for something to happen to this girl in her perfect little life to make things interesting. I get that doesn't necessarily happen on the first 10 pages, but. And of course, Robert already gave us spoilers because he said he read the first 30 and it doesn't happen in the first 30 pages.
Robert is an overachiever.
That is definitely a problem. Like, if it doesn't happen on page 10, it needs to happen by like page 12. Like, we need to know what's going on. I mean, like, I was getting Taken vibes, because in Taken, she's the girl has a perfect little life. I mean, there was I think their parents were split up. So there was a little bit of drama because her parents were divorced, but for the most part, she loved them. They loved her. It was mostly perfect, but she was kidnapped in the first 10 pages. Like it was like, bam, 10 pages. And then daddy goes on the warpath. Like, and we're in the story. And I kind of felt I was getting a bit of Taken vibes in this, but minus the kidnapping. And that's kind of what I just kept waiting for. And then I was like, well, and then the boyfriend thing, which she doesn't really like, but then she starts giving him cutesy emojis. So then it's like, well, maybe she's decided that she's just going to go along and go out with the dude. And then she goes to the tutor. And I thought, well, maybe she's banging her tutor. And that might be interesting because, her parents probably don't know that she's banging her tutor. But that didn't go anywhere. And then it's like, or maybe she bang the chauffeur. I don't know.
I'm all for that.
Because she did have like the best chemistry with him more than anybody else.
Yeah.
She could be banging the chauffeur, and I don't know.
She doesn't have to be banging anyone. She just has to be having text messages with the person she actually wants to bang.
That could work too.
Maybe.
Right? Oh yeah, Dustin. Blah, 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 and she's talking to Bob, not Bob, because Bob's her driver.
Yeah,
she's talking to Charlie on the text messages, and then well, there's something that she actually wants.
Or what if she's like texting Charlie all cutesy, and then Dustin pings in and says, "Hey babe, like I had a great day at my game," and she's just like, "Oh, this asshole," and then she switches over, and then maybe
conflict. That would be a conflict.
Maybe she gets her text messages mixed up and texts the wrong thing to
that
the
never
wrong
happens.
guy. And
that never happens.
And then sends Dustin the cutesy email, and now he thinks he's got her right where.
Well, that sounds like Charlie. That would tell us what she wants, give us a plot, and give us a conflict.
Something.
And that's a pretty good way to start either a rom-com or a romantic drama, which I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. If you read the little summary that's there that we skipped over, it's about essentially Emma's, the main conflict is Emma's quest to be with a man who represents freedom from her old way of life and her family and her parents.
The bad boy.
The bad boy, yes.
Yeah, well, have her texting the bad boy in the car.
Well, she hasn't met him yet.
Oh, does she meet him in the cafe when she's with the girls?
I don't know.
You could be texting the bad boy on Tinder and not met him yet in real life.
That's why she's touching. That's why she's touching the leg.
There you go.
That could be interesting. Marry the bad boy is an interesting move. So, good on you for going in that direction.
Runaway bride. She could run away from the setup
But
marriage.
I mean, it's pretty hard to run away from I'm an heiress money, owning a house in London, having a driver.
Yeah.
And perfectly good, that's hard to run away from.
It is. That creates conflict.
And you haven't
That's
shown
a conflict.
that
Yes,
she wants to run
exactly.
away from it.
Yep.
I mean,
right.
what if he's a poor artist living in a flat, in a one-room flat, like in the bad
Oh my
side of
god!
London?
And then she is the other character in Common People.
There you
She's
go.
the tourist. Now that's interesting.
See, somebody else mentioned she ends up going to the MI6 or CIA. Somebody said something
It
like
was
that.
Danny said that.
Yeah,
I did
well,
not
that could
say
be-
that.
That
I
could be.
assume this would not have supernatural or weird ass action elements.
Well,
I assumed it would be all about sex.
I thought that
Well,
was my job.
Well,
Oh no, I do sex and the supernatural spy.
You just make everything about everything most of the time. I assume there
Something
would
will
be
stick eventually.
so we don't. To Preston's point that he brought up, it's a good first effort. Danny said it's a first draft, and that's what you can do with it. I was a bit harsh, but welcome
That's
to
fine. You got
what's
to be
going to
Danny,
happen.
so it was fun.
I don't want to discourage you. I always say that. It's the same thing like with Rucker and stuff like that. Don't want to discourage the people. This is hard to do. This is fucking hard to do. And subtle things, little things can really trip you up. In this case, your dedication to moment to moment, second to second stuff is tripping you up a little bit. Get to the point. That's it.
All right. There we go.
In the words of Monty Python, get on with it.
Go on with it.
Get her done, Cable Man.
Exactly. All right. Well, those are all the scripts we have for this evening.
Thank you for your advice, guys. I needed it
No
on
problem.
the structure.
Looking forward to it. At some point, you should read Palace.
You should definitely read Palace.
Yeah.
But
But
you should just read more comics. It'll help you write better comics.
yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in
You
regard
could even read John's comics or Moon Baby or
or Moon,
Cygnus Imperium or
you
whatever.
you are surrounded by a whole bunch of indie comics.
Prolific writers. I looked at Danny's Kickstarter site. It was intimidating.
There you go.
You have so many different options for people to purchase things. There's a big,
Kickstarter?
Robert supported Cygnus Imperium, and so I sent him a copy of the book that he clearly hasn't read yet.
I haven't read it. I looked at the pictures. That's what you do with comics.
The pictures are nice. Go look at the structure.
There you go.
Well, that's I am, and I've looked at several of them, and that's where I'm trying to find out what I want to do and what has to be done, because there's a balance there of what the market requires and what I want to do. So I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
The market
I would
requires what you
recommend
can afford.
Start by producing a book.
That was my point, and
Figure out how to sell it.
there's more to do it. Then I'm going to worry about selling it.
If you would like to see what a shorter book looks like, I'll probably need a reminder later on to send me a DM. Have I sent you the ash can I did?
No.
Okay, that's a 12-page booklet, 8-page story. But that's a full, complete 8-page story.
That's not episodic. Yeah, okay.
Well, it was meant to be part of a longer thing. My illustrator, her house flooded in a hurricane. Thanks, Florida.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
I mean, it's Florida.
Yeah, I know. So, the project's been on hiatus for a minute.
Yeah.
Read a lot of scripts for it here. That this is my very fantasy thing with the super weird, just everything was slightly psychedelic one. And everyone hates elves. But I've got a perfectly good 8-page story that we made, and I'm selling that at conventions, not online, but I'm selling it.
Whatever happened to your baby kidnapping story?
That's the story.
You only got 8 pages into it?
I did a short for pitches and stuff, and for an anthology I sold it to. And then my illustrator's house flooded in a hurricane. She had to take a day job. It's been 4 years. She's finally getting back to shit now.
Wait, we have hurricanes every other year. She let one little hurricane get in the way?
maybe it was an insurance thing. I don't know.
Florida's underwater, and what isn't
I mean,
underwater is
like-
Disneyland.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's because the
We had
Canadians
two-
aren't spending their money there all winter anymore.
We had 2 major hurricanes last year. This year we didn't have any.
I mean, knock on wood. I'm sure we'll
That's
get a few
Florida.
soon.
Next year we'll probably have 5. Who knows?
Anyways, that project will eventually come back, or I'll talk to court and find someone. I'm not too worried about it, but like, I was sitting on this 8-pager, and I've been selling that all year at shows for like $5. And it cost me like 60 cents to print them, so I can just give them away. They're really nice business cards.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer. Yes, that's long been my strategy. People are like, "Can I get your card?" I just give them a book. Like a book is it's more
substantial.
It's
It's
more
substantial.
Yeah, it's more substantial.
Yeah, and I made sure to have like my contact info in there and everything. I pointed out, so yeah, and it's pretty good. If people ask about my comics, that's why I bring to film sets as well, because it's not going to be too huge for anyone's stuff. I'm glad I did it, but I still couldn't really sell it for more than $5 a pop online. So I've only been selling it in person.
I'd save shipping.
Well, whatever. I make the buyer pay the shipping. But yeah, so like that's the thing you can do. But if this is going to be your first outing, no, do a whole book. In fact, if you can do a story that ends in 24 pages just as a one shot that could be continued, that might be the way to do it. Like finish an episode, do full on like 30-minute TV. Because
that's only 24 minutes, by the way. So.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, you've got 24 pages. Figure it out.
My next
and I'm not saying
projects
you
are gonna
need
be
to do
more
that.
like that.
Just like having a good, complete story that's really satisfying as your first outing is going to do you more favors, I think, in the long run, including having people like really clamoring to come back for more.
Let me get this thing written and
All right.
illustrated. All right, everyone. Great.
All
Thank
right. Take care this evening. Hopefully next week more scripts. Good night.
Woo! Good night.
Ciao.
Good night, everybody.